Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Today is May 25th, 2025, and welcome to the Ancient Secrets call about this book. Here we share the ancient secrets and many journeys that many people in this call have been through, and healings and stories and all the power that is on this amazing ancient medicine that has been helping people for thousands of years. Um, First, in the beginning, we're gonna have some disclosures in this call, and I want to call Katie.
Good morning. Announcements. We are getting very close to the celebration in Sedona. And so if there's still time to register, if you want to do that, um, it is happening. The Sedona Unstoppable Love Celebration. Now is the time. So now is the time if you have not registered and your intention is to do that for June 10th, 11th, and 12th in Sedona. It's going to be fabulous. And if you can do it, I think you're going to not want to miss it. In addition to these calls that we have on Sunday mornings, there's also there's a call in Portuguese on May 27th, and there's the Asia Pacific call on May 30th. And I'm not sure what times those are. Carol knows because she's the one who does those. Thank you, Carol. It's a phenomenal service. We also are having now, there's self-guided courses that are available. And the links for those are in the same email as the newsletter that you get to come onto this call to get the Zoom link. If you don't have access to that yet, you can get in touch with team at My Ancient Secrets, and they will make sure that you're on the list. But there are a lot of links in there. There's a lot of information, more than what I can give here. But for the self-guided courses, we have the Ancient Secrets 101 course, which is kind of the it's funny to say basics of the ancient secrets, but that's what it is. It's a really great introduction. The 100-day experience is a more immersive, intensive, deeper education and experience with what the ancient secrets are and the principles and the keys to a healthy life. And there are links for that also. And also in the newsletter, there are links for more information, like how to get on the wait list for a pulse clinic, or if you want to host a pulse clinic. And then also links for how to get more information about the ancient secrets. And so we really invite you and welcome you to check those out. And I think that that's all I have for today. Although also I noticed that in the newsletter, there is a remedy of the week. So every week we offer a new and different home remedy. And this week's home remedy is a parasite cleansing tea. So check it out. All right. Enjoy the call, everybody. Glad to be here with you.
Thank you so much, Katie. Yes, the 100 Day is a very, very special program. I was happy to be part of a couple years ago, and I discovered things about myself because you're shared your thought to do things, and that all comes to self-love, but learning the ancient secrets and applying some of those practices with yourself. So I can give an example, just one little quick example. Um, I learned to use oil, right? And in the Western, in our culture, uh, man using oil in the body, uh, I did not grow up at least taking that kind of care of myself, but it was weird in the beginning. It's very private what I'm sharing. It was, but I got to know the man in India treats their skin with the oil all the time, and this is normal. So I had a mind thing, about that. It's kind of weird, but I learned, and I end up just seeing it as for what it is, self-love, self-care with the body, and also help me to self-care with my mind. What's the problem for me to take care of myself and my skin, pass oil? It was great to learn that. And nowadays I show other people and even friends that, oh, he's fine with that. Okay. Like people get to learn when you share also your own experiences. So thank you, Katie, for all of that. That's great. I just want to thank Ariola and Esther Francis for last call. I was watching it. We have the recordings of these calls available as well. And that was a beautiful call, Ariola. I was impressed and how much love you put into that. And also thank to Shifra. Shifra sharing her love from her heart and from the experiences that she goes in life. I think Shifra, you were a strength for peace, for understanding, for people to understand that peace comes from everyone, from both sides. There is no cause when it comes to peace. There is respect and understanding. Thank you so much for being there, Shifra, and expressing all of that. So, yes, I would like to do a little breath experience if you guys would like. Um, I did a recently I graduated in a breath course, and I learned a lot, and it's so good. I cannot go full throttle here because people are in different uh, stages in healing process. So I'm gonna ask you if you participate, um, be sitting in a safe position, either on the floor or somewhere in a chair that is safe. And just for this disclosure of this is very light, what I'm going to do, so you don't have to worry about. But if you ever do breath exercises and you intend to go deeper and learn, please do never do breath exercises close to body of waters, by the pool or on the shower. And that's because some people may feel tended to faint or faint. That's not a problem if you faint, because your body, when you're unconscious, will normally recover your breath. That's not a problem. But if you're in the water, that can be a problem, right? So we never want to do this driving, operating any machine, or close to water. You can do sitting, laying down on the couch, in the floor. That's totally safe. And but this is very light, so don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna faint, okay? So I'm gonna ask you guys to close your eyes and feel your belly, your lower belly. And when you inhale, however is more comfortable, through the nose, through the mouth, when you inhale, just imagine this channel that the air goes in from your mouth or nose and all the way down to your lower belly. And imagine there is a balloon in your lower belly. When you breathe in, the air goes down and inflates the balloon, so your belly goes out. When you exhale, your belly comes in and the air goes out. So let's just imagine and feel the movement. When you inhale, feel the air going down and your belly inflating. And when you exhale, so I'm gonna count with your eyes closed and you're feeling that breath. I'm going to count. And if you cannot keep with the same, that's okay. There is no right or wrong. Okay. So I'm gonna count and you're gonna inhale and then you're gonna hold a little bit and we exhale, we relax our belly or pull our belly in so the air comes out. Okay. So we're gonna inhale in the count of go. 1, 2, 3, go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, go. Keep the same rhythm, steady and deep. Hold. Exhale. Now breathe a little more deeper. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. When you inhale, keep your shoulders down, please. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, go. Hold. Exhale. Let your breath return to normal. Keep your eyes closed. Scan your body. See if there is any tension anywhere. Let the relaxation go in all those areas. Relax your face. Relax the back of your head, your hands, your arms. Relax your legs, your feet. Feel your heart. Feel your breath. And this is the present moment. Do you hear any sounds other than my voice? Do you hear any birds? Anything else? Do you hear your own breath? Let this relaxation take over. A deep breath in and okay. How's everybody feeling? Does that do a check-in, right? I just checked in. Thank you. Thank you for participating. So breath is life. We need breath. Breath is amazing. Breath is part of my healing journey as well. I was told in the very beginning of a big journey that I needed to learn how to breathe. And because my mind was so accelerated, I was like, this person doesn't know what I'm talking about. He doesn't know my problems, right? But he was the first person that told me about breath. And after a long journey, I learned what breath means when I forget to breathe. I'm engaged in things and busy and I'm not breathing and I don't know why I'm feeling anxious. And it's just as simple as that. You can do that to reset yourself during the day. You can calm down. You can do that before sleeping is amazing. If you use your belly when you go to bed and keep breathing deep, you can experience sleeping like a baby again. It's an amazing thing. So thank you. Thank you for participating. Um, Today we have a special guest, and not right now, but we'll bring it later, which will be part of our quote for the day. Um, do we have Robbie? Robin doing. So
And
this is
before Devananda, before we go any further, someone who really needs a lot of rest in the next few weeks is one of our other guests who has been here already a couple of times, which is Peter Mielnik. And he again wants to share with us how his run for 100 is going. So Peter, please go ahead, and because you definitely need your breath when you are running. Please share with us what's happening.
Sure, thank you guys. I appreciate you having me again. I don't know, am I able to share the screen? It says it's disabled. I didn't know if that was something that was possible or not. You're muted, Cornelia.
you're still muted.
Yeah, I just made you co-host.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So.
All right. So, yes, thank you for having me. And let's see. All right. So it should be sharing. So on the screen, you should be able to see our progress so far. So we just finished week 5 yesterday, and we have now raised over $27,000, which is incredible. When I got started, I had no idea how we would get traction here or what would happen. But just with little tiny steps every day, it's growing exponentially. Last week we raised over $10,600. The goal was to try to get to 32,000, but I'm certainly not disappointed in getting to 27. So really amazing and starting to see it multiply and grow. One of the things with this was to just the power of connections and the power of accomplishing really amazing things through others. One of the things that happened this week that was really exciting was we started getting videos from the children in Nepal, and they are now running with us. I don't know. I have a clip queued up. If I could share it, would it make sense to share a little bit, or has everybody seen them? Share?
Yeah, please share.
All right, let me go there. And when this video came through, it brought tears to my eyes. Please let me know if you can hear it.
From the children of mountain children home Nepal. Thank you, Peter Mielnik, for running 100 miles for our future. We're running with you in spirit. Everyone gives us hope. Let's go, beach! We move for a reason. Until one inspires us to be strong and light. We will keep trying. But in the end, we will win. You have taught us to never give up, to never quit. Strive for more. To go an extra mile. To run with love. And finish with pride. From all of us at Mountain Children.
All right, where did you all go? Oh, there you are. Pretty incredible, huh?
Oh, Pete, that's amazing. Did you actually run with them?
What's that?
You actually run with them?
No, so I haven't gotten to meet them yet. We're going in November to meet them with my family, but wanted to do something before we got there to help. And you know, the inspiration behind what Hope is doing with the bridge program, I've just found that it's such an important area, and an area that's really overlooked around the world, in what happens to these children when they're forced to leave the orphan home at 18. So many of them end up either on the streets. Dozens of them from Ancient Secrets vanish from the orphanages. They get consigned into the Russian military, or unfortunately, because of the climate over there, many of them end up victims of human trafficking. So, what they're doing is pretty incredible, and I'm I get choked up. I'm very excited to be a part of it. So, three amazing videos from the little ones. I'll put them in the chat. We had on Friday, I have a book club with my business, and Maggie Doyne, who is the author of Between the Mountain and the Sky, she was an 18-year-old girl from northern New Jersey who went on a gap year around the world, found herself in Nepal, and was touched by a young girl in a riverbed breaking rocks, and decided to stay and spend her babysitting money to buy a piece of property to figure out how to build a home. Again, at 18, she figured out how to do this. Now she's created something called the Copila Valley School. If you look it up, it is absolutely unbelievable what this young lady's created. She was on CNN this week. She has a movie tour that she's doing for her story. She's literally changing the world. Um, so just super inspiring. She joined us. She helped inspire my team to help continue to help with this project. So the power of the connections that are happening through it's just incredible. And really the thing that I'm taking away the most is just letting go and believing that the support that I need to get there will come as I need it. Just like that video I just shared came on Thursday, when I was really starting to, the stress and the uncertainty of progress, how that was going to go, kind of came at the right time to help kind of re-inspire me to keep going. So it's really, really been incredible. This month or this week, we are going to try to get to 54,000. We're going to keep trying to double. And the belief there is, if we can just inspire every person who's donated to reach out to two people to give what they gave, then we'll get there in no time.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Pete, for you and so many people that bring this information, because otherwise nobody would know, where these kids go, and we need to propagate this more. And I think there is other ways also in Ancient Secrets that we can either contribute or engage in somehow. Maybe Cornelia can say a little bit about that, just a little bit.
Excuse me, Devananda, can we just, in our way, give Pete some love and support and breath and energy? And thank you so much. That's just beautiful. And we've met those kids and they love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
And
Thank
can you put the
you.
donation link in the chat, please?
I certainly will. Yeah. I'll do that right now. And I'll put the links to the other two videos in there as well. And continue to share the progress as we continue this amazing journey.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all the links. Devananda, sorry, I was actually just looking for that link of the video, so I didn't hear what you said.
No, that's okay. Because I don't recall exactly, but there are other ways people could contribute or interact in contributing with the kids in, that leave the orphanage. There was a program some time ago. I saw there was some way to contribute to that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we have the links. I can post them here in the chat. So
And really what we're doing is it's called the Race to 100, and the goal is to inspire everybody to choose that one hard thing, that scary thing, just like this scary step that these children have to take to, independence, trying to encourage everybody to choose that scary thing, decide what their Race to 100 is going to be, and support us along the way. Beverly was very inspiring last week. She's kicking us off. She's putting the concert together with Renata in Canada. There, is she in Calgary? I think, but she's going to sell 100 tickets to the show. So choose your Race to 100. What's that scary thing that you've been holding back on that you should start? That you should take that step, and then stick to it. Ask for support for the commitment that you're making, and then use it to help us support these little ones.
That's amazing. And giving is receiving. So when we remember we give into a good cause and we also receiving, I had that learning in life that I was, when I started giving, I was actually giving myself, a gift of letting go and let that help someone else that needs more than me. So yeah, thank you. That's amazing. What you're doing is really, it makes a lot of difference. I wish you all dedicate more time or to help each other, and those kids
And
are
the children of mountains.
someone that needs some guidance in connection for some time in life, so they can have the opportunities also that we have in our lives. Thank you so much. And I may link to the quote that we have today. Today, you want to put it on, Cornelia or Robin?
So which one? Or you want the quote or what?
Quote
Yes, okay.
on the screen. Thank you so much. The best things in life happen unexpectedly. The best adventures were never planned as they turn out to be. Free yourself from expectations. The best will come, and from who you least expect. Isn't life really almost always about that? We can accomplish some things we planned for, but me as not an advanced planner like many people are, things happen unexpectedly. And in my journey that I will not have the time to share today, but just a little bit, I had expectations of life, how life was going to be, and turned out to be completely different. And the most difficult times in my life, what I was actually fighting for my life, I prayed and I asked God to help me. And I think the biggest thing that turned out to be unexpected was my own transformation. Because before I didn't have the mind capable to understand that it's through transformation that healing was going to happen. And it took me time, it took me a lot of learnings, It took me immersion. It took me in knowing about more about myself, and that helped me healing. So that's where we link this quote today. And for that, also happier things start happening. Because in the healing, I learned that also it's about removing some things, right? It's removing some foods that we're not supposed to eat. It's removing some ignorance from the mind, that we can clear our vision. And I want to bring it now, if possible, a person that I admire and I know for considerably a short period of time to be the way I feel about the friendship with him. James Moon is a man that reminds me of the freedom that we all have inside ourselves to express happiness, to do things in life that we all have this freedom, but sometimes we forget. And this person is an example. Esther, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to welcome Annalise. She is new on the call today. And for unexpectedness, if you feel comfortable with it, Annalise, would love to hear you tell us where you're located and how you got here to this call, if that feels okay with you. Not to put you on the hot seat. If you don't, it's okay too.
Okay, I'm from Berlin in Germany, and so Yogi Gessner is my health practitioner since 2002. So I got to know Dr. Clint also. So and I'm in this newsletter all the time, and now it's the first time that I just check in.
That's so wonderful. We welcome you, folks. Can we put our hands together with a big welcome from
Thank
our hearts to yours?
Thank you very much.
Presence. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We look
Yeah.
forward to more interactions. Okay, go take it away, Devananda.
Hey, we are welcome, Annelise. We're happy to have you here. Is anybody else new on this call today? You want to put in the chat? You don't need, if you don't want, you don't need to.
Yeah, Tammy just introduced herself on the chat and she's new too. Welcome, Tammy. We're so glad you're here.
Welcome, Tammy. It's good to have you here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble running Zoom for some reason. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. I'm on a healing journey myself, and I've been on it for a while, but I've been on before the detox. I've signed up for it, but I started the soup 3 weeks ago. I can already feel differences mentally, physically, spiritually, every way you can look at it. And as I was listening to you all talk this first few minutes, my heart was full. I'm gonna cry. Hearing what you're doing for the kids in Nepal and the love. And I think the thing that's been the hardest for me is as I've walked this spiritual journey and healing journey, it's gotten pretty lonely. And to feel this kind of overwhelming love from a group of people I don't even know was beautiful. And I applaud you all, and I'm so proud and happy to be a part of this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Let's put our hands.
Thank you.
This is a free space. Feel free to cry. Feel free to speak. This is a free and safe space. We all
Thank you.
We're here to do the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Devananda, you're muted. You're muted, Devananda.
oh, thank you. Thank you, Shifra. So as Tammy was speaking, I remembered when I joined this call years ago, and I felt the same, the indescribable amount of love and meeting, like I felt like I was meeting my tribe. So thank you, Tammy. Thank you for coming. So I want to bring James. And James, are you here with us on the call? You might want to, unmute, say something.
Yes, can you see me, hear me?
Now I can. Yeah. Hey, man. How are you?
Hey,
So James is now living in Hawaii, and he's having his adventures there. I have been with him, and so someone else that is part of this call. And I'm not gonna say anything because probably in the next few calls we're gonna share something, and that would be really cool. So James, would you like to share a little bit um, about this song and how this came up? Because as the quote, the best things in life happen unexpectedly. I think you do have a little bit on that about this song. Is that right? Am I right about it?
yeah, yeah. This song was just came from a time of a lot of unknown, of just a lot of being in the unknown, and I think the process from having that be really stressful, when it feels like life is just totally uh up in the air, and that we're like out of our perceived sense of control, to just those moments of coming to acceptance of that and finding peace and even freedom in that unknown space. And so this was uh, yeah, kind of like a playful song that came from tasting kind of that freedom after being stressed out from this kind of acceptance of lack of control.
And the funny thing is, like, when I met James first time, and like he played some songs, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is probably friends with Sangarette, these are famous guys. And then when he started sharing these stories, I was like, wow, there's nothing here manufactured. It's all a result of what he is living, including his music. And he shared incredible stories. We were talking too late at night that time. And man, I was like, I was feeling like I knew you for a long time and I wanted to be your friend, but I realized it's because there's so many similarities as we start finding and talking more to people and knowing even about, the 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 difficult times, we share here in these calls. Everybody can share their stories, and I got to see how many difficulties. Sometimes it's like so human, so good to know, oh, you have that, but also you know how to deal with that. And I learned from you, and the ancient secrets, um, bringing new information that I didn't know I have inside myself. That's what the ancient secrets does to me. Oh, I have all these tools with me. I didn't know. That's why I got so interested in the book. That's why I'm a book enthusiastic. I can buy many books, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna read it. We have a we have a library, but I lose many books just in the first few pages. But this book got me, and got everyone that is here, and we share so much about this book because it actually brings different aspects of life and the ancient secrets and different techniques and so many things we can learn about it. So sorry, James. Go ahead and share what you want to share.
So this is a song that we sang together in the car on our adventures. Danny and another dear friend got to came over, and we went for a big adventure, and we got to go around the island on a big adventure, just engaging with the different um, elements and the mountains and the ocean and the rivers. And on a road trip, we got to sing a song together, and we all kind of picked up on the song, and it was just a moment of real joy for me. And so we figured I'd share this song with everyone now.
But isn't this song that you share with me when you actually came up with this song, something happened?
Um, when I came up with the song, something happened.
You were in a trip, I was not there, we didn't meet yet. And Mali was with you and you were playing, and all of a sudden what happens in the
Oh
back?
yeah, really cool. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, so it was just after that the song just kind of came out, scribbled out in pen there, and I start singing it when we were on the adventure when we were on another adventure. Um in in New Zealand, and I start singing the song, which is has to do with the dolphins and the whales. And as I say to someone, hey, could you take a little video by the water, because I wanted to take a video of playing it while I was there with the ocean in the background. And so they do that, and the song's about the dolphins, and the dolphins start jumping up, and the dolphins come up right behind, and they just start jumping. And I couldn't believe how, I just started singing a song about the dolphins, and here they are, and we go, no way. And they swim by and just kind of turn a corner, and we all get in the car and keep going down the road where there was like this perfect pull off to go down to the water. And there was just hundreds of dolphins, spinner dolphins, very playful, that were just jumping and flipping and just absolutely going off in celebration. And it was this really cool kind of connection uh, between song and reality. And yeah, it was this very, very cool kind of blending of worlds. And actually, it's funny because I I don't think I don't know, that memory isn't at the forefront of my consciousness. It hasn't come back that, like, for some reason, too many times, but it did the other day with the group out in a outrigger canoe. And I told the story, and just as I tell the story, I said to people, if you want to see any whales or dolphins, you could find a button on the bottom of your seat, or just use your imagination, or sing them a song. And they're like, oh, I was like, no, really, song can really has the power to, and I'm starting to talk about it and start to tell the story, and the dolphins come right next to our canoe. And I've only seen the dolphins there, one other time in a few months. And so it's very cool, just the parallel between music and animals, like whales and dolphins, but also just music and life. And so uh it's beautiful to be able to see those worlds meet.
This is a wonderful story. I love that. That's why I wanted to tell you that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And so Danny, if you want, Danny is knows the song as well as I do. So if you want to sing along, Danny, please. Uh please, your voice would be more than welcome.
You know the melody, but the lyrics you know better. So yeah, if I pick up, I go.
Okay. Can you hear it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now we could take a step into the unknown, and we could plant a seed to see what is grown, and we could give all the love we have to give. And we could trust our hearts to hold and be held, and we could choose to heal, to feel and be felt, and to receive the pureness of the mystery. I see the dolphins in your eyes, and Mama whale is swimming by, up where the mountain meets the sky. The condor and the eagle fly. I see the dolphins in your eyes, and Mama whale is swimming by, up where the mountain meets the sky. The condor and the eagle fly. You can't hear?
No, continue
Uh,
playing. Let's see, now we can hear.
all right. As the gardens grow, will my llama the keiki escuchar a lo que dicen, 'cause they bring a new way to be alive, to create and harmonize. I see the dolphins in your eyes, and Mama whale is swimming by, up where the mountain meets the sky. The condor and the eagle fly. I see the dolphins in your eyes, and Mama whale is swimming by, up where the mountain meets the sky. The condor and the eagle fly. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, yeah, thank
Send
you.
some love to James. Thank you so much for sharing, brother.
Hey, thank you, Devananda.
For you that don't know much, James, I admire it so much. It's not because he's a free spirit and lives the way he lives, because him and his partner Mali, um, not because they live in Hawaii, it's always everything a blessing, but I mean, everything is always a blessing, but it's not everything always easy. And I do admire the way they do. James does many adventures around the world, and now he's doing Hawaii because he's a surfing instructor, he's a guide. And if you get to know how I went for the first time and got to know not as a tourist, but James took us to the most beautiful places and knowing the culture, the native people, what's behind it, what's the story about it. We ate the local fruits the way they do it. James does amazing. If you're, I recommend if you go to Hawaii one day and you contact James, he takes also you do also for groups, right, James? You do for bigger groups and companies and that kind of he take people around and canoeing, seeing whales and do different activities. You know all of that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Groups, families, individual, all of it.
Hey, if you want, put your WhatsApp in the chat or your email, whatever you want, just put in there if anyone contacts you, if anyone feels interested. So yes, and I feel impressed of the courage and the young spirit that James has, you know, and being with him there was a blessing for me. I deflated when I got there. I just stressed and I was for an adventure, but not the way I thought it was, because it's not about going for tourists. It's about going in and connecting with the land and knowing what that land has to offer. And when James presented me that in the beginning, when I was there, I was like, oh my God, okay, let's do this. And it turned out to be just indescribable. cannot describe that, but it's really beautiful. Thank you so much, James, for coming in and sharing this song and sharing your spirit and the spirit of aloha. It's beautiful. I want to go to the call Anne, because can you unmute yourself, Anne?
Hello. Wow, James, what a perfect example of when you don't have an expectation, what happens. And now I would have dived off the canoe in there. So if I ever go on a tour with you, be careful, because if I see dolphins, I've got to play with them. Even if it's illegal, they fine you, whatever, it's worth the fine. It's such an amazing experience to play with them. And it is unexpected because they'll play back with you. There is a connection, you know? And that's one of the points I wanted to bring out. It's like how we started out with our breath. There is more in the unseen world than in the seen world. Our breath and the light that's in our microtubules, in our fascia, we can connect to each other through our breath. When we touch each other, those microtubules become one. We truly are one. And even the dolphins are in the whole game with us. It's interesting with the ancient secret. Someone said to me the other day, "What religion are you?" And I said, "I'm the religion of love." I certainly love all the man-made religions and see all the ways people created to love God. But I also can't aspire to just one, because that would make me separate from someone else. But love is one that penetrates all of these. So this group has really, I'm glad you talked about transformation also, because I see the huge transformation in myself, you know, since I started here. And it did start with self-care, I'll be honest with you. It was all words and homework from our classes and everything until we hit the self-care. And when we hit the self-care, things completely changed for me. And I noticed someone had a question about what oil. Coconut oil is a good universal oil, but it's funny, the ancient secrets, in one moment, they can be very simple. You can have someone with such a complexity of problems, and you just change something simple and they have a profound result. But what's also interesting is you can go deeper. So you can have specific oils for specific, if you're a Vata, or if you're a Pitta or a Kapha. But you also can do something broad and general that can make incredible changes. So definitely, if you can take the 100-day class and do the self-care, that will stimulate somewhere in your brain that will make you, if you've taken care of yourself, you won't resent when someone else asks you for something or you serve someone before you've served yourself. If you're full and you've taken care of yourself, there's so much more of you accessible to other people. But truly, the quote today, Jamie, I'm so happy that you shared that, where you're like, let's just take a video of the water, and then you're singing of dolphins and all these dolphins come. It's so true. If we have an expectation, they're so tricky because we just focus on that expectation only. And what we want could be coming in such a different form, some another way, but if we have blinders on, we miss it. But when you let go, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, if you can release and let go, and then broaden your perspective, the blessings and the miracles will come from everywhere. This is such a powerful quote today. It works. It's so true. I'm so glad to see all these faces. So happy to share this day with you, because we are all one. And even today I heard of, could it be Greg Braden, maybe? I think I shared it on my Facebook page, but he said, if you speak of someone or you have a thought of someone that's negative, your subconscious and your soul doesn't really know that you're different. So if you say someone is mean, someone did this thing and it wasn't good, your soul actually thinks you're talking about yourself. So even when things bad happen, we may want to share with someone, but if we keep telling that story and our soul is going to be hearing, I spoke inappropriately, or I did this, or I did that. It doesn't know if you're saying, Johnny did that, the dog did that. If you're saying it, your soul thinks it's you, because we're all one. So we do have to be careful of our words and our thoughts. I mean, I know that, but I didn't really think it extended to that. That was a little surprise for me today. That, Jess, you could be making a true statement. Someone stepped on my toe. But that the soul doesn't really know you're talking about someone else. And that, that happened in the past, let it go. And now, right now, my toe's fine. So that was an interesting quote today.
So that was unexpected to me, and because what you just said explain how you treat others is how you treat yourself, and also connect me to different religions, connect me to what Jesus said, connect me to, you know, it always come to the same thing. So what you just said was so interesting, you know, about the soul hearing our words. So that's why those masters come and, you know, teach us about kindness and all that. That's so great. That came unexpectedly.
I was just in India and I went to Rishikesh. It was absolutely fantastic. Rishikesh is really marvelous if you get the chance to go to India. And I went to the Ganga and I was curious of the Ganga. I've been to the Ganga before, but because I had just heard it was in a documentary and that the Indian people weren't happy they called it water because they think it's more like a gel or something, you know, like that. So I was curious and I was spending a lot of time in there to see why is they did get offended that we call it water. But it was interesting because I don't like cold water, but I went in anyway and I couldn't come out. And every time I went in, I didn't want to come out. And I began to think maybe it's not really like normal water. And every time I got in it, I prayed, my knees have been sore. I want to be able to go up and down those stairs. Please, may I have a healing of my knees? And I got a bad bellyache when I returned to the clinic, and they sent me to Marma. And when they did Marma, he did something to my knees, and they went snap. And my knees have been wonderful since. I can run the stairs. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing Zumba. But again, unexpectedly, I did ask the Ganga. This was a week later that they did something to my knees, and now my knees are good. So honestly, this unexpected thing, dive deep into it. Dive deep into releasing expectation. And what you need and what you desire will come to you behind, from the side, but not hardly ever where you're expecting it. It's so, so true. So please, I'm so glad that we're all one. That's what I'm going to celebrate today. That I'm one with every one of you because you're magnificent people. So grateful. Oh, Jamie, can you please share your song? Because I just looked you up and I got some songs from you, but I didn't see anything about dolphins.
Yeah, the song isn't recorded. I just have one song recorded. It's called Rolling Hills. And so it's under James Moon. And that's the only song recorded right now. And I am working on, I'm calling in the right collaborations to record and so if anybody knows a producer who you think would resonate and records music, please please send me some info or anything. I'm calling in the right collaborations to be able to bring some music into that plane.
I understand it's tricky today. If you were to like make a little recording for us and share it on Ancient Secrets like that, someone could maybe take your music or something. But if you felt to make a little recording for us and we share it on our Ancient Secrets feed, that is just a delightful song. I think we all love dolphins and your voice.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Will do.
Thank you.
And this reminding, this brings a very young spirit. It's a playful song. It's unexpected beauty. That's how I feel. That's how I relate to his music. And thank you, Anne. Yeah, you totally, you know, I was gonna miss that, but thank you so much. And I see Robin has her hand, and Katie.
Hello, this is the unexpected hand thing. And I have, this has been twice in a 3-day event, and I learned to not put my hand down. And so then I have to come up with a relevant reason that I'm going to talk. And so, and I think it's really interesting because I'm following up with people that, because I hosted a pulse clinic with Dr. Pranav. And as I'm talking to people who are having it it's being hard for people to cut all the things they're supposed to out of the diet. And when Tammy said that she is already seeing a difference being on the mung bean soup for 3 weeks, then it made me realize to add the mung bean soup before you make people take everything away it's a good thing to start being able to see a difference when you add the magic of the mung bean soup, and then you can slowly start to reduce the other things that you're used to eating once you have the mung bean soup, is a really good thing. So that's one of the things that I got from the call, and I wanted to share with people because it has reminded me, and just to remember that people see a difference after starting to eat mung bean soup for only 3 weeks. It's good to have those reminders. So that's what I wanted to share.
Robin, do you remember when Dr. Steve said, it's not necessarily the eating of the mung bean soup, it's what you're not eating when you're eating the mung bean soup? Remember that?
Yeah.
Did that make sense? If you're focusing on only eating mung bean soup, then you're not eating pizza pepperoni.
Right. Yes, but you want to be able to make it, not just what they're losing, to be able to be excited about what they, trying to make it different ways and making it exciting and delicious and things like that, and then it's not so bad to not eat wheat for at least 3 days or a week once you have something that's really delicious that doesn't require that, right? All right, that's it.
Thank you, Robin. Do you have anything else to add, Anne? Or
Was there someone else with their hand up? Did you say Susan?
Katie? Katie's hand up.
Yeah. The unexpected. I just wanted to acknowledge that our beloved Roxanne transitioned, and she was an unexpected gift to this community. And Rick, I saw that you were on the call, and I just wanted to express for all of us how much we love you and love Roxanne. And James, when you were singing and you had the line "where the mountains meet the sky," I just felt her presence so strongly. She will always be a part of us and of this community. And Rick, I wanted to thank you for caring for her and loving her so well through all of this unexpected time that we got to have with her. Thank you. And we love you and we're with you. And I'd like to send Rick some love.
We love you and we're with you, Rick.
Love you and we're with you, Rick. Love you and we're with you. We love you and we're with you.
We love you and we're with you.
I'm glad you're
Love
here
you.
today.
Mm.
Leonore.
If anyone gets an opportunity today to wish Gary Malcolm a happy birthday. I know
Oh,
he's involved in something today. He's
do
with the
that.
community, but if anyone is connected, tell him happy birthday as well.
So we send him an ohm.
I'm
No.
sorry?
Can we send him a musical ohm?
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Ready?
Om, Gary, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Gary Malkin, happy birthday. Gary
Yeah.
Malkin.
I didn't know that, but I want to chime in a little bit about the unexpected. When I read that quote as a theme for today, I thought, well, the unexpected, that's different than really knowing what you want. So there is a balance. So I get two messages: to expect and welcome the unexpected, and yet to always know what I want. And I was studying in a course where this teacher was completely throwing out the window that it's wrong to know what we want. And I thought, this is not the school I'm enrolled in. And in the last couple of days, I really thought about that balancing act, to know what I want and yet to invite the unexpected. And I think I arrived at a good point. But there's another thing that I thought all week long about as I read the invitations to the 30-day course, to the 100-day course, where people can enroll in the self-study course that I took with a lot of peers. A lot of people here on the calls have done these together as a group. And it was so intense. We had a teacher from Australia, I forget all their names, but I took probably all the courses that were offered. And it was so rich to do it in a community where we had extracurricular calls and people were hooking up and buddied up, and there were lots of chats outside of the main chats, and we gleaned so much in addition to the actual course material through community. And I thought, oops, if I were a newcomer, how I wouldn't know what I would be missing. And so during this call, I thought, just today, maybe when the invitation goes out that people can do the self-study now, that they also know that there are still the chats. I think, Cornelia, that's correct, for the 100-day course and the 30-day course, so they can buddy up and they are not all on their own, because there's so much to be gleaned when you compare notes and you say, oh, how do you do this? And then it's not in the mainstream and not in the main chats, but they can really focus on their topics. So I want to know whether this is an idea that you think could fly, but I want to help all these people who are new to Ancient Secrets, who can benefit from these terrific courses in their content, but also do it in a kind of a community setting. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to speak to that because we have them not live at the moment. What we are doing is we do have them self. Everyone can go through them, but for each of the courses, we do have every few weeks, we do have live calls where we actually come together and they can ask the questions and we create a community around that. And of course, as you are saying as well, they have access to the groups that are specific to the courses, like the 101 right now. So we have another call for the 101 that is going on right now. There are like 7 people enrolled at the moment. So we have a new call next week where we meet and where we talk about the topics and where we have really this community experience.
Great.
And at some point we will have them again as live calls, but right now we just wanted to give everyone the opportunity to do that, but we are well aware the importance of the community, and this is why we still do live calls.
Great. So I can
for everyone that knows. Yeah.
Thank you, Cornelia, for addressing that too.
I have a question. Can we still sign up for the event that's happening in less than a month where we get to see each other? Is there still opportunity to sign up?
Yes, the links are still open, so everyone can still sign up for Sedona, if that's the one that you mean. It's actually in 2 weeks' time. Today is Sunday, so we are actually starting in Tuesday, 2 weeks. And so it's coming up very quickly, but you can still sign up. And I
I'm
can
already
only
signed up.
recommend that you do.
I'm already in there, but I just squeaked in
Yeah,
last
I know you are.
Just wanted to make sure for anybody else who is still on the fence about going. I really can't wait. I couldn't miss it.
Yeah, it will be an amazing experience. Okay.
Okay, we have Shifra. I was gonna actually ask you to speak because I see you have a beautiful strength for peace in your heart, and you represent part of that, you know, that peace. But go ahead and say what do you want to say.
Sure. I guess it was really unexpected. I don't always look over the format, and it was really sweet that what I had said had touched people. And this was a really good call. And when Devananda did the meditation, the breath work, what came to me was you know, that I just sort of heard this voice that said, there's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with anybody. What's wrong is the lies that we have been told or have imbibed in us, and living out those lies. And so if you can, I don't know, find a way to love yourself and not take in those lies, that can transform you and that can transform other people. And you know, it's funny because I wish I could say that since that call I've been on this high spiritual vibration. I was for a while, and I got really derailed, and just I don't know exactly what hurt me, but something hurt me, or I let something hurt me, and I just have been in a very difficult place for the last couple of days. And I liked what people said when well, I don't know if I liked it, but when somebody said, if you're in a place where you're mad at another person, and it's okay to feel mad, but if you're in a place where you're kind of so angry that you're wishing, you're not having very kind thoughts, to put it mildly, towards somebody else, that it kind of comes back to you. And there has to be a place to feel whatever you feel, but not, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but not I don't know. It's a difficult balance, but I don't quite know how to say this, but the other night I got very angry because the health center, they were supposed to be open, but they weren't seeing any more patients. And after I went, I was very upset, and I don't like the way I reacted. And I saw the woman afterward in the Trader Joe's, and I said, I'm really sorry for how I reacted. And she just gave me the biggest hug, you know. This is like, clearly a woman, an immigrant woman. And I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel like I really deserved that after the way I responded. And I don't understand why I've had so much trouble forgiving myself and forgiving other people, and putting out the wish, the whatever, the feeling that that is what I want to do. It's hard when you see the kind of things that are happening in the world. But I also liked what it said about self-care, because I don't think I've done quite good enough in that area. And I know when I feel better myself, it's a lot easier to love, to love other people when I love myself. And I don't really know what else to say, but I'm probably not, doesn't look like I'm going to be in Sedona. I would love it if there was a little time where some of us who are not going to be there could come on for a short period and just connect with people for a short period of time. That would be a really nice thing. And I'm just I don't understand. Sometimes I feel like I don't understand myself, but I agree that unexpected thing is really huge, that anyway, very unexpected how I came into this community. And just I don't know, I guess we got to hold each other, everybody. I'm sorry to hear about Roxanne's passing. She's a really beautiful person. And I'm just I'm kind of sending love to myself and everyone else here. And just again praying that wherever people are hurting, that the siege break and that food get in and that the bombing stops wherever it is, but that starts inside. It starts inside. And so I don't know, just it's a challenging ride. Good to be here, and that's probably enough words, and much love to everybody.
I like how you said how you connected your heart and something unexpectedly happened. A person, hugs you. So it seems that by being present like you are and seeing all this happen, even the difficulties, let you connect sometimes to the heart, and something unexpected happen. We will learn a lot from that, and thank you for sharing, Shifra. Thank you so much. That's beautiful, and I think it happens to me too. I have my days, and sometimes it's like aligning myself and remember to surf the wave, and remember they will pass, because sometimes we don't have all the answers, of course, but to see your transformation has been really beautiful. Sometimes I use that during my difficult times to look back and see how much have I walked already. And that helps me to stand in a stronger position, sometimes looking back and see, wow, how much have I changed? I'm much stronger today. So thank you so much for sharing. I see Julie has her hand up for a while.
Devananda and Shifra, real quick before we switch the subject.
Yes.
In India, one thing we learned in our class, we just had a Marma class, and they said, try to see yourself like other people see you. So I invite you, like the woman who hugged you, what must she have seen to hug you like that? That you said, I didn't know if I deserved that. She obviously sees you in a different way. So when someone looks at you like, oh, you think, what? Why are you looking at me like that? Maybe for a moment, if we try to see what are they seeing and see ourselves that way, we'll have more self-love and want to take better care of ourselves. I'm sorry, Judy.
Thank you.
No, it's okay. Maybe I went too quick. Shifra would like to share anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky when you don't feel that, I don't feel very good today. It's hard sometimes to see your progress sometimes, but that's my intention is to forgive myself and to forgive everyone, because
Can you do a self-love, Marma?
yeah, that's my intention, and
starts with us, right?
Starts with us. Is this the one?
Yes, we're gonna press right in the middle, and you can really press because usually that part of the body doesn't hurt. So I like bumping.
3, 4, 5, 6.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And with the marmas, it's like for class, I learned them, like in my head and to take the test. And then I took the marma class. And so I started to memorize the points. But when I got the marma, and then yesterday we had a lecture from Krishna Naram himself. He said to imagine first your breath is important, as we learned today. First, you try to breathe with your client. Then you imagine golden light coming through your hands. And then you really press it with intention. So now when I do the points, it's more like almost like it's like the Vulcan, I have so much more intention on that point. Where before I would just be kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's like 1, 2. It's definitely with more intention now, the more I'm learning. You think of gold light coming from your hands, and it makes it really, they work.
Yeah, they work. Right.
And if someone asked me today, what do you think? I mean, maybe a few things, hopefully, but what do you think is one thing that you shared today that is really valuable? I would answer, if someone asked me that, I will answer today, because looking at all my healing journey, the breath really taught me so much. It was one of the things that I totally underestimated. When you were sharing, Shifra, you know, that feeling, that emotion about how you're feeling about yourself, because obviously I can notice there is some self control. I mean, some self I wouldn't say self-judgment, but maybe yeah, I can
Yes,
empathize,
would be good.
can empathize because sometimes I'm harsh on myself. I can judge myself as well for my mistakes or for thinking something or that. But in that feeling, bringing the breath, there is something special that happens with breath. When you breathe deep, when you allow that, there is something that happens in our nervous system and allows us to process. And even to my experiences, even sometimes it helps me the way on letting go. So does anyone can connect to that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. I see Julie has her hand for a while, so
Thank you so much, Devananda and everybody. Much, much, much love. Thank you so
thank you for being here with us and share and having the courage to share everything you share. Thank you so much.
Just to add something to the marma, we imagine the golden light coming down into the crown chakra. So, and then it comes down through every cell of the body and then out the hands so that when we're doing the marma, we're very intentional. Yeah. So a few things just came up. Hi, everybody. I'm in India, actually, at Ayushakti in Malad, having a very amazing and not expected panchakarma. So I was here for the Marma I was here in India already, but I came for the Marma Mastery class and course. And then I realized that I had an old head injury. And in Marma, they focus head, heart, and bladder. And it just, the memory came up from head injuries I had before the age of 18. And so I realized I'd been living with them longer. Like I've been with these head injuries longer than I didn't have them. So I didn't know a life without them. So I just said, I'm having panchakarma. I didn't even know if I had enough money. I still don't really know if I have enough money for this, but I'm doing it because I'm just expecting I'm going to have money for it. But I'm here. I only have 2 days left. So I've already been here almost 3 weeks. But I was in the Marma Mastery class, and one of the things that came up while Shifra was talking, we all do this forgive and let go Marma on the left hand. And this is like the best medicine. But then during the Marma Mastery class, they showed us one of Dr. Naram's videos. And then it's on YouTube. It's not private. But he reminds us that then there's this Marma also. The pointy finger and the thumb. This is the one you're forgiving yourself. And it's Aham Brahmasmi Om Shrim. 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 So that was when he was telling the story about forgiving his father and then forgiving himself. It's extremely powerful. And that's not actually why I put my hand up. See, it just comes. But I'm doing this panchakarma and it's so deep. It's such a deep detox that it's clearing mental and emotional, physical, and I'm using it as a sankalpa. So a sankalpa is it's a resolution. So I've been chanting a mantra in my head for something I want to clear, to move into. I'm making a statement to myself. My health is one of the things. But during this panchakarma also, one of my best friends who's only in her 40s. She's been not well lately. And she had basically a blood clot in her brain. And now she's in the hospital. And she's an Ayurvedic practitioner, not with Ayurveda Shakti, but so she's very natural. So I was going to request that we give Lenora Savannah some love because she's such a light in this world. And I don't want to see her leaving it. And then the dolphins came up. So I want to say these two more things. The dolphins in Hawaii came up. So during my Panchakarma, and I think this is very helpful because it speaks to everyone, but I started spontaneously doing the Ho'oponopono prayer because during the Panchakarma, all these thoughts were coming up. And when my mind would have a thought, I'd start like getting very vata and anxious and depressed. I mean, I had suicidal thoughts. I was crying. It was really dark. And the only thing I thought of in that instance, because when I was catching myself, because I've been on this healing path for so long and I know that's not where I want to be. But at the same time, I wasn't fighting it. But I just said, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And it's like a miracle. I've just been chanting it 24/7 because you're saying you're sorry to God. Like just for maybe, we all think that we're imperfect, even though we are perfect, but we think we're not perfect, right? Because we think we make these mistakes and we have all this self-loathing that's just ingrained in us from, centuries and our ancestral lineages and everything. So it just clears all that because you're basically just telling yourself, it's another letting go technique, basically. And you're taking personal responsibility. So it makes you feel, and you're just cleaning your subconscious because you're taking personal responsibility for everything you see in the world. And as a Buddhist for a very long time, that's like the Buddhist tenet that I learned. And it's always taking personal responsibility, not blame, but responsibility for your projections of the world. So this bunch of karma has been like the waves in the ocean. They've come and they crash and then they subside and they come again. And it's just been wild. So if you can do a panchakarma, I highly recommend it. It's just been incredible. And I am healing. But then this thing happens with my best friend and I'm like, okay, but it happened 2 days ago and my heart didn't freak out. So I was like very calm so that I could do this practice because I'm perceiving her. But yeah, I'll end there. But I just wanted to say thank you and kind of be seen because all of this is happening. And I just kind of wanted to share since this is the community that brought me to this place. Where I'm at Panchakarma and where I am healing this very old head injury and injuries. So as you were saying, Daniel, that you see where you've come, I'm all of a sudden having all these flashes. I've come this far to where I'm actually in this Panchakarma taking care of this old head injury. So, I mean, that's just one tiny thing of what's happened in the last, I don't know, I think it's only been like a month and a half since the Marma Mastery. And I want to share one more Marma and then I'll go. But the point number 7 on the right hand, it's 6 points. So it's at the 7th. You do 4 and then 2. And it's about here. And that's for the emotional. This is one of my, it's also for manifestation, but it's for mental and emotional strength. And it's on the right hand. So see how much healing marmas, these are just a few we've mentioned. It's incredible. But that's point number 7 on the right hand for mental and emotional and manifestation. So yeah, so thank you everybody for listening.
That's great, Julie. Thank you so much. I wish to have like maybe a list with all the marmas, but yes, we had the 7-day marma course. Is that where you participated?
Yeah, I was here in India. I went to Rishikesh for the 7-day Marma Mastery with Dr. Krishna.
Hey, you were present in that. Awesome.
I was with Anne. We were together in the Ganga together.
Great, that's awesome. When you said the Aham Brahmasmi Om Shrim, I remember I learned that with him. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But what is the number of repetition? Was that 12 or 11 times?
He didn't say in the video. I just thought I was just doing it 6. I don't know. I've just been doing it.
It's like a mantra together with the marma, right? So
yeah, he said in the video, and he said he did this one to forgive his father, and then this one to forgive himself. And as we've learned, well, I can say I've learned about him in these last couple of years, he was very deep, very spiritual, had many teachers. So yeah. So I don't know how many times. I don't think he said, but if I find the YouTube video, I'll put it in the Ancient Secrets ASMH group.
yes, no, in Panchakarma, I have been there. It's an incredible experience. After Panchakarma, after a few months, I started realizing that I was feeling like 10 years younger. And when I refer to Panchakarma to someone or somebody asks, I refer as a human refurbishing.
That's good. Oh God.
Give yourself process during the time, and I credit my wife because I learned with her so much of learning and so much popping up, and to be compassionate of that process and sometimes recognize I'm here, I'm doing the work. This is why I'm here right now. This is why this is coming up, because I am conscious and I'm willing to work. So everything comes up in the right time. Meaning, if that came up to you, that means you do have the capacity, the power, the strength, and what it takes to deal with that. Just by being compassionate, accepting, breathing, using the tools. Was it Baba Ramdas that said, learning is remembering? Was that him? I don't know, but I heard this, and actually it's true, because all we have to learn sometimes in the moments that requires is to remember that we have tools, and to remember which tools we can use. I mean, most of them. So learning is also remembering, and you have it what it takes. Thank you so much for sharing that. Cornelia?
Yeah, we are already very late because we're already more than 1.5 hours on the call. But I just wanted to kind of share a little bit what came up for me when Leonora was speaking about the contradiction between wanting, what do I want, and having expectations. And I guess the biggest thing that we have is that we often say, okay, I want that. And we have a preconception of how this is coming to us. So to know what you want, but not expecting it to come in a certain way. Because when I think about myself, when I was in pain for 8 years, I expected the healing to come from one of those healing modalities. But my healing came in a dance workshop, actually moving my body, something that I wasn't connected to at all at that time. So I didn't expect anything from going to this dance workshop, but that was where the healing is. And for me, when Leonora was speaking, that immediately popped into my mind. We often expect the money or whatever we want to come in a certain way to us, to let go of that kind of expectation and only have the expectation that it's coming, but not the how and through whom or whatever. That's kind of what I want to share.
You sound like Graciela, Cornelia. She's like, oh, I'm expecting God to do this. And I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. And I think she is sometimes galactic because in my mind, I need to have a certain kind of certainties. Thank you for sharing that. I will be more encouraged and refine my expectations because yes, things come not the way we want. If we are just only that way, we'll be forceful to reality, and that doesn't work. We spend our energy. That's a great way. Thank you, thank you. Just wanna, Larissa had her hand up for a while.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's such a wonderful call, and the shares are just one is better than the other. It's fantastic. I just wanted to ask a couple questions. First, I would like to get on the WhatsApp group, if possible, for this community. And my question is, how do I get that? And if anyone knows a good marma to release the pain in the shoulder, I pulled my shoulder yesterday pretty bad. And if anyone knows a marma point, so to release, I would really appreciate.
Okay, in regards to the to being in the WhatsApp group, do you have Cornelia? Do we need her to write to you?
Yeah, just do it because I'm not sure if I can quickly find the right link. Just send a message to Cornelia at myancientsecrets.com and I will set you up. I'll send you then the link.
I also have that. We've been sending some messages back and forth, and so we were in a breakout room together recently, and I just wanted to say thank you, Larissa, for posting the thing about the cookbook, the Ancient Secrets cookbook, and that you had bought that, and we're starting to read that. So thank you for that acknowledgement. I'm very grateful for that, and I do have your WhatsApp info, and I will send you
oh yeah
as well. So
okay.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Can anyone share anything to Larissa about
Luke? Maybe Luke, because he just had an issue with his shoulder.
So for pain, it's the left hand, and on the side here, about midway, right here, is a marma point for pain, and you press 6 times. And of course, as we heard today, do it with intent. Now, I was in a breakout room a couple of months ago with a woman in our community who was having pain, and she was pressing this point all day long, and it completely relieved her pain. So it does work. So just do it over and over again with intent. Left hand, that midway right here for pain.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you so much. My goodness, thank you.
I didn't know this one. It's good. Thank you. So the best things in life happen unexpectedly. When we go to the breakout rooms, think about, is there anything that you want to share that came to your life unexpectedly and made a difference? It can be an adventure. It can be something that you planned and turned out to be completely different. It can be something from someone that you did not expect. So in a moment, we're going to go to the breakout rooms. I would like to give us one moment for Roxanne and in our hands and put our love out. And before we put our hands up, I'd like us to put our hands in our heart. Connect with the love within, connect with the soul that we spoke about today. The soul that listens to our words. It doesn't know who we're talking to. So speaking of kindness, Let's touch in that kindness and put that kindness and imagine that light that coming through our crown chakra and the golden light, if I'm right. And let's let that flow into our hands and put our hands together for Roxanne with love, with gratitude. I also want to send some love to Dr. Clint. And before we go, I also want to remember us of the first quote of the book. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. This quote speaks to me a lot and fits in anything we speak about. Do we have anybody wants to say anything before we let go?
Yeah, I would like to speak. I just saw a question here in the chat. Tammy was asking, what are the breakout rooms? So breakout rooms are now the opportunity to go into, so I open them up so you can go in there. And when it comes up, you will be automatically taken to a breakout room. And this is where we meet in small groups, sometimes 3-4 people. And then you can share very intimately with the people that are in that group. And that is also one way for us as a community to get to know each other much better. So everyone is invited. I know we are already pretty late today, so but we always like to go in even quickly and say hi and meet other people. And so that is what the breakout room is.
And you can stay as much as you want, and there is
And
no
you can
finish. And you can leave as long as, I mean, can leave as short time as you want. There's just no commitment, but you can enjoy speaking. And I have had experience in connecting to people through amazing. Anne, what do you want to show something, Anne?
I just wanted to show this picture of Roxanne. Some people were saying, who was she? And this was on her birthday celebration on March 26th. So when we sent her the love, she was just such a beautiful being. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renia. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Position. You go ahead, Cornelia.
Yeah, I was just kind of waiting for you to say what you need to say at the end, and then I open up the breakout room.
Okay, we put our hands together. You can unmute. And I love you, and I'm with you.
I love you.
I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I am with
Love you and
you.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Love you and I am with you.
I love you and I'm with you. I love you and
I
I'm
love
with you.
you
I
and I
love
am
you
with
and I'm
you.
with you. I love you and
Love
I'm
you and
with
I'm
you.
with
I
you.
love you and I'm with you.